For 35 years, the little town of Niles, Michigan, carried a ghost, a mystery locked in ice, a question no one could answer, a scream that never quite faded. Then, in 2022, something impossible happened. A single strand of DNA, invisible to the eyes of 1987, woke up. It spoke. And when it did, 3 decades of silence shattered. This is the story of Roxanne Wood, a 30-year-old woman whose name became a whisper in the Michigan wind, a light that refused to go out. It's the story of how modern science, young hearts, and stubborn machines joined hands to pull truth out of the coldest grave in history. One ordinary Thursday night in February 1987, Roxanne and her husband Terry spent the evening bowling, laughing, living. They drove home in separate cars, just like always. She got there first. He walked in minutes later, expecting her voice, her smile, the familiar sound of home. Instead, he found only silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong. The kind that breaks a man forever. Back then, DNA was still science fiction. The few traces left behind went to sleep in evidence bags, waiting for a future that hadn't been invented yet. Years turned into decades. Detectives came and went. Files gathered dust. Hope grew thin. Until 2020, when everything changed. Students from Western Michigan University sat down with Michigan State Police and started breathing digital life into thousands of yellowed pages, hand-typed reports, fading photographs, forgotten names. For the first time in 35 years, the past became searchable. Invisible patterns began to glow. And in 2022, forensic genealogy, now grown into something almost magical, took that sleeping DNA fragment, uploaded it, and listened. The algorithms danced through millions of family trees. A distant cousin, a breadcrumb, a name, Patrick Gillum, 67 years old, living quietly just across the state line. No one had ever suspected him. The DNA never blinked. He denied it at first. But science doesn't argue. It simply tells the truth. He entered a no-contest plea. Translation: the truth won. After 35 years, justice finally spoke with Roxanne's voice. For the Wood family, for the detectives, for an entire town holding its breath since 1987. It felt like time itself exhaled. Detective Charles Christensen, who carried this case in his heart for years, said it best. You can imagine what it feels like to finally close a door that's been open for a lifetime. This wasn't just a case closed, it was a resurrection. Today, Roxanne Wood is no longer just a cold case file. She is proof that love, memory, and technology, when they walk together, can reach across decades and bring the lost ones home. The future doesn't forget. It was simply waiting for us to become brave enough to listen. And somewhere, right now, another ghost is stirring in another forgotten box, waiting for its own dawn. Because truth never dies, just waits for the light.